high side. Murphy shooting, save a rebound on the view.
Hey everyone, this is Casey. You are watching the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. The Steelers win 37-15 over the New York Jets on Sunday Night Football at Acrisure Stadium. Now, before we go into depth of this game, I would like to give a special shout out to Tom Grassi, who brought in the Grassi Posse last night during halftime, and we got rated during my joint stream between me and Illogical Canadian. If you were a part of it, thank you so much for participating in that. And also, be sure to show some love towards Illogical Canadian as well. He's getting close to 500 subscribers, and he made it his goal to reach 500 subs by the end of 2024, and I would like to get him there. Thank you guys so much for last night's raid. Let's try to do some chaotic good, and I'll put Illogical Canadian's channel in the description down below, so feel free to check that out. He has so much great content on there, and I wouldn't want you to miss out on it. Now let's get into the game. The defense actually stopped an opening drive for the first time in what seems like an age. However, we did give up the first of two Jets touchdowns on that next drive, but other than those two touchdown drives, the Steelers held down the fort the rest of the way. If you discount those two drives, they only gave up 169 yards. Nice or not nice, depending on who you are. And they held Davante Adams in his Jets debut to only 3 catches for 30 yards. And shout out to the linebackers for putting pressure on Rodgers almost the whole game. We did only manage to pick up 1 sack again, this time from Larry Ogunjobi, but there were plenty of times where Rodgers felt every single bit of pressure. He wasn't able to find his guys. There were a few batted passes from TJ Watt and Keanu Benton. And a huge shout out to Beanie Bishop for getting not just his first career interception, but also getting his second. And nearly returning that second pick all the way for a pick 6. He got stopped at the 1. And we even got to the kicker, Greg Zuerlein, twice. One of those was a blocked extra point that was unfortunately called back due to leverage from Minkah Fitzpatrick. But, however, there was a blocked field goal that did count. And if I remember correctly, that is the 3rd week in a row that the special teams were able to block a punt or a kick. And they are looking great, and let's hope it continues for this Steelers squad. Now, one of the storylines of the game was, of course, the regular season debut of Russell Wilson. There was a lot of quarterback controversy going on around Pittsburgh this whole week, and he did have a rocky first half where he was missing reads, where he could only muster up Boswell field goals, and then 3 and out after 3 and out. And it got so bad that the crowd was calling for Justin Fields to get back out there. But something amazing happened. After the first Bishop pick, Russell Wilson saw it as an opportunity to gain momentum. And unlike in Denver, he was able to ride with it. I should say ran, but the obvious joke was obvious. He would lead the Steelers down the field and find George Pickens on a fade into the end zone. Russell Wilson would continue his high-end talent throughout the game as he found deep balls to George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth to finish the night with 264 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 Pickens, and then 1 to Van Jefferson. And of course, we cannot forget that Najee Harris is now on back-to-back games with 100-plus yards. He ran for 106 last week against the Raiders, and then this week he went off for 102 yards and a touchdown, and probably a fine for going into the crowd, but that's either nor there. An important thing is we took care of the football, and we only allowed Wilson to get sacked 1 time. It was a great showing by the offense during that whole second half. as well as the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. And we limited the penalties, and we kept the damage down to a minimum. The offensive line, as I said before, did a fantastic job. And looking back, I think it is safe to say that Russell Wilson is dialed in, and many Steelers fans owe Russ an apology after that second half performance. Are there still kinks he needs to iron out? Of course. But he did show that he was ready and that he can actually lead the offense to territories we have not seen in ages. It will take time to see if that performance was a fluke, but I do have my doubts on that. Now, we sit at 5-2. We won in front of the world, and that's a very good feeling. Now, we have another game Monday night against the New York Giants. 5 versus Tree, the Dumpster Fire Bowl, the Dumpster Bowl, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a trap game. And remember what I said last week. Let's take it one step at a time. We finished 1 week, and now let's focus on the other. Let's head into the bye week 6-2, and we will start to see where we are. Some questions were already answered, but there will be more to come. The second half of the season is not going to be forgiving. Let's just say that. You have teams currently leading their respective divisions as well as all of the division games in the AFC North. Let's take each game one step at a time and see if we are ready to contend. Another great win this week. Let's build off of it, and let's not get caught in any traps. But that's going to do it for me. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. And huge, once again, thanks to Tom Grassi for the raid last night. And I'm going to leave a link to Illogical Canadian so you guys can show him some love as well. And there will be, and the stream on Monday night will be another joint stream. So feel free to check us out for that. But that's going to do it for me. I'm Casey, and until we meet again, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and as always, let's go Steelers.